What's up, everybody? Got Scrimcast going on here. Gameplay a few days ago, or more like a month ago, maybe. Hey, just don't tell anybody. 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago? Whatever. Looking for Scrimcast. There's replays available in public games. Every so often you find something that's actually worth it, and it looks like maybe it's possible somebody else didn't cover before you. And anyway, this is BMG taking on Sweet Like Ice. And as you might know, ice is not sweet, but they think it is. So let's let them have their fantasy. And I believe this is only a one-game series, so this is a win or go home for these guys, I guess is a decent enough way to put it. And both sides, obviously, not too much on the line. Obviously, this is just a scrim, so hopefully we'll see some interesting strats coming out. Bans are out so far: Pesty, Ophelia, Parasite, and Moon Queen. Nothing particularly surprising about any of those. Moon Queen, obviously, you know, one of the harder carries in the game. Ophelia, crazy high win rate. Parasite and their jungler that is often banned out early due to the lack of junglers, sort of boxes the opposing team into a corner. And the Pestilence, of course, probably the best initiator in the game, so no surprise that they want to get rid of that there. First two picks over here for BMG are Rhapsody and Master of Arms, so we'll see if they're going to run the carry Master of Arms or if they're going the let's get a bunch of supports early strat, which I'm not a huge fan of, but hey, Hanskin, let him do what he wants. Mirax is the first pick, though, for Sweet Like Ice, and that's far more interesting to me. Not just because, A, Mirax is a good hero. I think he is definitely viable. I mean, he's already basically proven that, but I'm not sure if he's my first pick here. He's basically like a slightly less adept version of Pestilence, and I mean, Pestilence is banned out, so you can't pick him. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm not that huge a fan of him, so we'll see what comes out. Hanskin last pick in that Keeper of the Forest presumably will be a jungler, which would put Master of Arms in the carry role, and that's not bad for him. I think I prefer him a little bit more as a support, but I think no doubt fine in that carry capacity. And the Tempest last pick over here for the guys on Sweet Like Ice, so they will not be going the jungle versus no jungle strategy, presuming, of course, that Keeper is in fact jungler, which I think is probably going to be the case, but doesn't necessarily have to be. And we'll see what each side chooses to do. At this point, probably looking for more of an initiator type hero for the leading side. Hellborn are looking for a carry and a suicide. Pretty much no doubt, in fact, as it's almost certainly going to be that Mirax's engineer middle lane. So we'll see what each one of these guys can come up with. Bans are just completed and actually went through quite quickly. Warby, Scrinix, Corrupted Disciple, Drunken Master, Bubbles, and Slither. So Hanskin over there prioritizing some suicides in particular, as CD, Ward Beast, Bubbles can all be run as a suicide. Now, he's really the only guy that'll run that CD suicide, as Joseph Fan actually plays it and plays it pretty well. Very few other teams can do that effectively. So I'm not sure if that's more of a suicide pick as just a short laner pick, and obviously Hellborn needing a short laner as well makes plenty of sense for them to take it out. But the rest of the bans, pretty sensible. All heroes that would help out the opposing team really well. Most important, Warbeast and CD love it when their teammates lock down the heroes for them. So Tempest ultimate into CD, giving a bunch of damage from that conduit, into Warbeast ultimate doing a bunch of damage. Those are obviously strongly synergistic heroes. Same thing with the Engineer ultimate, of course, making people fight inside of a small area. Bubbles ultimate doing the same thing. So a lot of heroes that would complement the already existing heroes on the Hellborn side, and Forsaken Archer actually does the exact same thing, obviously, with the piercing arrows going through the Tempest ultimate, going through the NG ultimate. Another hero that's just like, hey, you guys can't move, then I'm going to sit here and use this ability to do a whole bunch of damage to you. But not bad there. Grinix, Drunken Master, and Slither being banned out by Archie-Tiger, so taking out the Suicide and Grinix, obviously one of the stronger suicides in the game, and Jonas Fan will not be able to play that. Instead, he's probably going to end up on this Pharaoh. So that's not bad, and this definitely means Keeper of the Jungle, Keeper of the Forest in the jungle. Keeper of the Jungle, there you go. Slither, obviously one of Fuzi's favorite short lane heroes, and that could definitely have worked, especially with Richard Hag not having been picked up yet. Almost certainly going to be in Fuzi's hands, and yeah, so Master of Arms going to be played by Super KGE, and probably will be heading middle with Rhapsody. Pharaoh going to be in the long lane as a suicide, solo short Richard Hag, and Keeper in the jungle. Strong lineup here from the Legion side. Lots of lockdown with Pharaoh and Keeper of the Forest in particular, setting up nice bat blasts on our screams, lots of burst damage there from Hag, and of course some strong right click autos from both her, Master of Arms, obviously the goo stacking well on top of not only the root but the mummy walls. So Legion side are like, hey, you're not going to move. and we are going to do we have a bunch of heroes like Rhapsody, Master of Arms, and Wretched Hag that will hurt you a lot if you don't move. So, good luck, buddy. As I am writing some stuff down. And that's why I'm not really doing anything. Anyway, so Hellborn finish off their lineup with Forsaken Archer and Succubus. I love the FA. Succubus, a little more interesting, more single target lockdown, and I think in the middle of these team fights it's going to be very valuable, no doubt. She has the ability to really take out 2 heroes by herself, and no doubt a positive ability. Whether she fits the rest of this Legion team, not so sure. I think with the lockdown they already have, they probably didn't need her so much. She's not going to be a really heavy damage dealer. She's more focused on that, you know, you can't move type thing, and my allies are not going to do a bunch of damage to you. And I think that they almost already had that covered with the Tempest and the Engineer and the Meraxis. So, I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of that pick. Mikey Man's going to be playing it, I assume, in a suicide capacity, and that makes me like it even less. To be honest, shit, I forgot to turn on. I'll just get pause. And we'll do that right now. There we go. Sorry about that, but easier to go to the console for a second than sit through these pauses. So, I mean, one thing they do have going for them is Legion's lineup is extremely predictable in terms of where everybody's going to be and what they're going to be doing. Initiator, support, top, solo. That's a suicide. So, then again, so are Hellborn to some extent. I mean, it's going to be FA solo top with Engineer and Meraxis in the middle lane, and then the Succubus suicide. Could see a dual lane top up here, as it looks like Engi's hanging out, so we might see a defensive dual lane up here, and actually going to be a suicide Hag? Is that what's happening right now? I'm thoroughly confused. Fuzi has pulled regen out the ass. It's going to be a suicide Hag. And Jonas is going to play the solo short Pharaoh, so okay. And I guess they're going to put most of the farm here on to KGE on that Master of Arms, try to get him built up as a carry. Obviously secondary carry in Wretched Hag, but that's surprising. It will be the Engineer Meraxis middle lane meanwhile, so that's what certainly what we would expect from them. And just finish filling this out right here, so I don't forget anything. Anyway, good. So dual ranged here, going to score with Meraxis, and already it is that he's below half health, only 1 tango left, so he's going to have some issues staying in lane here, taking the harass from both Rhapsody and Master of Arms. Obviously, single target stuns coming out there will do quite a lot to harass these heroes out. Engineer also feeling the pain. Rhapsody is down a little bit of mana here, obviously, still has enough to run out 1 more staccato, so see if they can catch somebody else out, and Master can take a tower aggro there. But Engineer's got to be careful here because he still has a health pot, but if he's not really careful, Staccato Sun's finally there, and that's 1 more in fact. It's, man, Rhapsody just has them. No, doesn't. I was like, wow, he still has it. No. Kegstun going out there will push Seal Kid away, so he'll be totally fine. No mana regen whatsoever on Seal Kid, and that Staccato Sun is 100 mana though, so she'll have it back right now. Perhaps looking for a jump onto Master Meraxis now that they've done a ton of damage to both him and Seal Kid and Adro on that Engineer. Instead, Adro will head bot, look for the rune, give a pot to Meraxis, and he'll be able to health up, refresh. Rune grabbed up top here by Tempest. On bottom, it was an invis, so Engineer perhaps looking for a gank onto somebody, and we'll just let Meraxis hang out mid. Obviously, very tanky hero, so he shouldn't be in too much danger from the Legion side and their dual stuns. Give the forest in his own jungle, of course. On bottom, Pharaoh versus Succubus. So this is no doubt not a lane that that Hellborn we're expecting to see. setting the Suicide Succubus here, probably assuming it'd be against Wretched Hag and saying, oh, we got Heartache, that'll do a whole bunch of damage, it'll keep Succubus alive here. But Pharaoh with some more sustained damage. And really, possibly when Succubus hits level 6, with enough harass, could actually kill the Hag. Pharaoh with more sustained damage and more lockdown, forcing him people to stay there next to him. Keg's Stun going to come out of the Invis, plus the turret. Josephine going to be in some trouble here, puts some walls down, trying to get away. Nice placement there. And he will be able to live. Drops the health pot, and Engineer, probably going to head back middle, will do so. So gank there, not successful, but no doubt helped out Succubus a little bit in terms of her lane control. Pharaoh trying to stop this pot, won't happen. Now, actually, Manuel's catch her. But the Heartache is, of course, available. Hellfire? No. Tornado Soul's going out there as well, just bent. That's what happens, man. Succubus is really annoying in that regard. Meanwhile, in the middle, Rhapsody getting jumped on. Kegstun pushes her forward. Turret is there as well. Staccato Stun, trying to do the Stun Engineer. Not going to happen. One more auto attack. Health pot, and not going to be enough. Seal Kid going to drop there to Balthazar on that Meraxis. And nice Bloodlust there as they bring in the support from Engie. It's like Master's running away for some reason, as Engie's not really high enough to pursue this, and Meraxis has no mana, so I don't know why KG is feeling like he needs to run away. But not feeling safe for whatever reason, and will continue to maintain a pretty solid amount of lane control. Losing the Bloodlust there, but not that big a deal. KG at 230 gold per minute, and Balthazar at 312 actually, so he's winning this lane pretty handily. In fact, the top farmer in the game. That Bloodlust helpful, of course. 14 and 3 compared to KG at 18 and 2. So KG winning the creep farm battle. It's just the Bloodlust that's giving Balthazar the advantage in terms of gold per minute. Up top, Fuzi on that Hag at 290 gold per minute, 285 more accurately. And you compare that to Misera at 215. So man, Fuzi is just dominating the Suicide lane up here, and that's pretty impressive. As obviously we don't really see Fuzi play Suicide very often. That's really Josephine's role. But switching things up here, perhaps experimenting with throwing people off with running the Suicide Hag on Fuzi. No doubt one of Fuzi's better heroes. And with people expecting the short lane Pharaoh, or the Suicide Pharaoh and the short lane Hag, switching that up and sort of causing them to go to the quote-unquote wrong lanes. Level 6 Keeper off to the side here, looking for a catch on Succubus. She's going to be in trouble. There goes a sleep onto him. And tries to take it off with the dog. Does in fact do so, but not nearly enough. So nice sleep there. Off to the side, FA has very, very little health. Going to be in some trouble. KG going to drop actually in middle as we just going to get locked down completely there. Puts the charge shot down, but last act there enough to get the kill. And we're going to see if... Yep, FA, you're good, buddy. Sonar Scream. Rhapsody going to die there. The Kegstun is trying to man up onto that Engineer, but not nearly enough health to do so. So BMG playing a little sloppy here, as they have gone down 3-1 in hero kill leads to Sweet Like Ice. Just not a great start. Nonetheless, not too far down in resources, as they have done a pretty solid job of winning all these lanes. Of course, you see Fuzi up here, 320 gold per minute, the second highest farm in the game, just below that Meraxis. Middle lane, KG not doing too well in terms of the actual GPM, but 21-4 compared to Meraxis, 19-3, so no doubt winning the CS battle there. It's just the deaths that are hurting him. Or the kills, more accurately, by Balthazar. Regen going to be grabbed top by Fuzi, as Engineer could be in some trouble, as he's going to take Fork Lightning. We'll drop the turret, trying to get away here. Fork Lightning will actually hit. Can we blink there? Yep, Sonar Scream going to be just enough, and the Regen rune popped, so not wanting to get this knocked off. Bat Blast is available, could drop it onto Tempest and get the mana right back. Won't do so. Off to the side, Merax is going to drop a stun here onto KGE. Tempest coming in off to the side, we'll get the Glacial Blast off. Axe not going to quite hit. He's looking for the stun, not going to find it. Josephine on bottom, meanwhile, dropping as she takes the Succubus hold, and a Heartache with the phase boots. Yep, that's going to do it. Still looking for a kill on Jonas, or on KG, not going to happen, as he's just out of range of that stun. The side volley not going to hit, as Fuzi's looking for a dive here, I think. Yeah. He's like, alright, Bat Blast, you're dead, buddy. Oh boy, not quite. Wow. Haunt damage. It's going to stop the health pot, but there's the tree, and Forsaken Archer's going to live here. Whoops. Slight miscalculation there. Yeah. Tormented Soul not going to hit. So, oh, KG, or Jones Command coming back in here, and Misera on this Forsaken Archer is in a lot of trouble. KG going to drop in the middle, so let's see what happens here. Charge shot there, but nice keg stun does in fact hit KG. There's a quick stun on top of that. Plus the Mirax's ultimate will easily drop him. Up top, let's see if this actually gets into a kill onto Forsaken Archer. Need better health, fire balances. Seal Kid drops, there's Misera, so let's go watch Seal Kid die as I'm going all over the place. There's too much action. I knew this was going to happen, but I want to see the top kill. Or at least I was pretty sure it was going to happen, and I knew the top kill was going to happen, so I said, oh, let's watch that. Up top, Pharaoh now in some trouble, very possibly. Tempest Ultimate is available, but not enough mana, and we're going to try to get out of it. Nice, there it goes. Fuzi going to try to kill Tempest before he can take off Pharaoh. It won't happen. Puts the haunt on him. Tempest now in some trouble. There's a blink on the side of the screen. Easy kill. So, Archer Tiger on that Tempest there, taking a bunch of damage. And Succubus coming in off to the side. Kegstun not going to hit. Sleep goes down. And we'll see if this actually turns anything. Blink obviously available from Hag, so she's like, bye. You don't have a hold, then you can't do anything to me. 8-minute rune gonna spawn there. Refreshment. And gonna eat the heartache, but once again, Fuzi should be totally fine. In fact, in the chase, Hag here, or Succubus here, phase boots a little too fast though. And then Miraxis once again looking for the jump. No portal key, obviously being as it is only 8 minutes in. But if he had one, that would have been extremely valuable. Trying to get Rhapsody right here. Puts nope. Staccato stuns. Nice arcane shield there, stopping the charge shot. Will get the quick stun down plus the keg. And we're going to see if the turret is going to come in. Turret there, very helpful. Engineer ultimate going off as well. Is Miraxis going to be able to live through this? Looking for the Wrath. Nope, on the creep. Oopsie doopsie. Fuzi up top will drop as he gets jumped. Succubus hold there. Plus the crippling volley and the piercing shards. Easy kill. It's going to be a top lane push as well. So 10-4 hero kill advantage in favor of Hellborn as they continue to pressure both top and middle lane. Fuzi dropping now twice. Seal Kid's died 4 times. KG's dropped twice. It's a bit of an issue here, all these kills. Balthazar and Miraxis is 5-0-1, 372 gold per minute. He'll have his portal key way faster than he should. Top tower going to, of course, help with that, as this will turn into a tower kill pretty easily. Lift going out, but this is going to slow it down, won't stop it.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Nice Tempest push there. We'll always like to see Tempests actually coming out of the jungle and pushing. As apparently a lot of Tempest players have not figured out that he does that pretty well, because the amount of games I've seen where you have a Tempest on, or a Keeper for that matter, on one side and doesn't turn into push is pretty crazy. Succubus going to get caught up on the Mummy Walls here. Hellfire also up. He's in a lot of drop. There's the root as well, and no question Succubus going to drop here. So sucks there. In middle, easy kill on Seal Kid as the quick stun on top of the NG keg hits. KGE now in some trouble. Is going to take a quick stun. Nope, not even necessary, as the last hit from the Glacial Blast is plenty to take out that Master of Arms. So once again, the push coming in as Tempest is coming middle, but more and more hero picks as the guys on BMG are just having some issues staying alive here. 10-minute rune will be bottled up by Pharaoh. It is a regen. Bot tower gets taken. As Keeper of the Forest pushes in a secondary tower here. Tempest is looking for something. Tormented Soul coming in. Fuzi's trying to line up the Bat Blast here. Wrath of the Pharaoh is available. And the mid tower actually drops. So we'll see if this turns into a conflict. Actually, Miraxis going to put the ultimate up. It will get caught out a little bit here. Fuzi looking for a Bat Blast. Not quite going to find it. Staccato stuns are there onto Tempest. Glacial Blast onto Rhapsody. And they're going to be locked on this Tempest here because he's looking for an ultimate. Actually, Seal Kid dropping quite easily. Super KG also in some trouble. Will fall despite the Nature's Veil. Off to the side, Piercing Arrow is not necessary. Succubus hold there on the Pharaoh. He's in a lot of trouble. Will fall as well, so that's 3 for nothing. Fuzi off to the side getting slept. And we'll see if they can actually turn this into a quick stun. Quick stun, clipping arrows. Yep, you're dead. And actually, they are going to catch Keeper as he gets dusted, so we'll put the Veil back up. Are they going to be able to finish this off? There's their sleep. And there's no more dust. And ultimate coming out there from Tempest will end up being a genocide. Not a real genocide, as both KG and Seal Kid respawned during the time that it took them to kill Hanskin, but that's a 5 for, I believe, nothing. Yeah, but took a mid tower. Seal Kid, KG, Jonas of Fuzi, and Hanskin all died, and nobody getting any kills. So BMG, things ain't looking great for them. Down 6k gold, 8k experience up here against Sweet Like Ice, and I mean, the initial laning phase went awfully well. Like, Pharah did pretty well on bottom. Hag did great on top. Mid lane was awful, but not that bad. Okay, maybe it sort of was. Just been the recovery here, and I think a big part of this was the missed kill on that Forsaken Archer up on top. Who's like, I got this, so Scream Battle, I should kill it really easily. Invisor gonna be bottled up there by Pharah as he eats the regen first. Looking for a jump here. Tormented Soul gonna spot an Engineer. Wrath of the Pharaoh is available, and so is the Root. So we'll see what they choose to do here. Meraxis showing himself in the front. Still no portal key quite yet, but has the helm and the power supply on top of a bottle steam boot, so he's pretty damn tanky. Gonna be really hard to kill here. Dance 4 going down from Rhapsody, trying to help these keeper minions tank this tower and eventually kill it. Dust going out there. They will spot Pharaoh with the Invis Rune. Gonna take a keg stun. Tempest here gonna get locked down. No ultimate, obviously, so not too valuable. Pharaoh taking a lot of damage. Archer Taker gonna drop thanks to the Root hitting a bunch. Succubus going off there will get saved by Jones's Fane with the ultimate. Seal Kid dropping in the background as Meraxis chasing him down. Over here, Angie trying to live, not going to happen. Jones's Fane locking her down, and Forsaken Archer not being here is a pretty serious issue. Now they're going to chase Meraxis. We'll see if he can actually get out of this. Torque Lightning there, and where's the Quake? There it is. Is this actually going to end up in a Arcane Shield? Not going to happen. And Meraxis will fall there, so that's a 4 for nothing. As Forsaken Archer just wasn't there for any of that. Probably could have used her. They're diving tier 2 towers here and getting kills on Meraxis, who's pretty damn tanky. It's taking a while. Where's Forsaken Archer? I really don't know. I don't know what she was doing for that whole fight, because it went on for about 5 minutes. Anyway, Sweet Like Guy's given back some of what they've got, and not really a great performance there in that last team fight, as they didn't seem particularly coordinated at all. Obviously not having the Tempest ultimate didn't help, but they had the Genji ultimate, they had the Succubus ultimate, they dropped all sorts of spells, they didn't seem to work. And that's sort of the concern I have, I think, with the Succubus pick is where's the damage? That's a question that I ask every draft. Where's the damage? Forsaken Archer has it. That's just about it. Meraxis has a fair bit of damage. It's not like he'll do nothing. Succubus will do some stuff, but it's a lot of it's magical burst. Not too much of it is sustained damage in a team fight. And a lot of what she does is mitigated because she's just going to sit there and channel the ultimate onto one hero, which is definitely a valuable thing to do, but it's not going to provide a lot of damage in a team fight. It's going to lock one hero down. And I look at the Legion side, obviously the Root coming out will hurt a bunch of heroes. Goo is there, Tormented Soul, Hellfire. You got Rhapsody Dance 4 going out, doing some damage. And then, of course, there's the Wretched Hag, who has her Light Brand, plus the Sonar Scream Bat Blast, plenty of AoE damage. Bot tower being pushed in here by Hellborn, as they are once again using this Tempest to actually do what he can do, and that is push. Always like that. Tormented Soul here trying to do some counter push. Just the counter push in the lead decides is actually pretty fantastic. Master Goo, Rhapsody Dance Floor, and the Tormented Soul. Plus the Hag Light Brand, Sonar Scream, and all sorts of stuff from there. And the Keeper Dogs as well. Up top, going to use those Keeper Dogs to push in this top tower. Should be a pretty easy top tower kill, as Hellborn have no reason to respond to this. They'd rather just take the bot secondary, as all the tier 1s are dead for the Legion. Mid push coming in from Jonas and Steel Kid on that secondary tower. Master runs Goo here, trying to mitigate this push, and will do so, actually, as they're all porting mid. They're going to try to stop some of these forts, though, KG. Not going to happen. Mosera running away. Meanwhile, middle, Steel Kid will port away, and Brio's fan over here going through the Hellborn Blitz should be just fine, as nobody's really able to catch him. Top tower going to be pushing a little bit, but not too much, and should be backed off. They also got some damage on this mid tower, so good split pushing there from Legion side. They ended up getting more damage onto tier 2s than Hellborn did, and evened up the tier 1 tower kills. Of course, they still have, in middle is, Engie's getting dropped here by Pharaoh. Hellfire going down, and the Engie ultimate, nice turret placement will help. Off to the side, Meraxis is going to not quite land an axe here. Pharaoh sidestepping these axes like a boss. Quake stun, still going to be there, so there's the keg stun on top of it. Master ultimate immediately eaten, and that's going to be a nice kill there. Piercing arrows on a double stacked Ancients over here, so FA will grab some nice farm out of that. 350 gold per minute for her, but Fuzi on that Hag, man, 411 GPM, 390 on Hanskin, and they're down a bit in gold, but they've got the gold in the right heroes. As Hanskin and KG are Hanskin and Fuzi over here upside, who will get caught by the ultimate there from Succubus. Just gonna be enough to do it, yeah. For some reason, Archie Tiger gets the kill. Anyway, nice pick there on Fuzi. We'll knock her down a peg. And they're going to need a little bit more farm here on this FA if they wanted to be doing a bunch of damage in these team fights. Obviously, Fuzi up there with the Light Brand, plenty of damage output. FA not quite as much. The Piercing Arrows will be very helpful on top of the Tempest Ultimate, which is back up, so and it is level 2 for that matter. Bottom lane, meanwhile, getting pushed down by Rhapsody and Master. They're going to have to start to address this top lane push, though, because they've got 4 heroes over in the vicinity. But Forsaken Archer, once again, not there. And they shouldn't be pushing this. Bot, meanwhile, are they going to address this at all? Doesn't seem like it. I mean, Legion will trade a top tower for a base tower. Crippling Volley, they're going to miss. KG taking a bunch of damage, but he'll just be like, alright. Meanwhile, off to the side, we're going to see some initiation there. Keeper gets slept. And Tempest off the side. Backblast actually hits 2. Wrath of Pharaoh in them as well. Succubus and Engineer both going to drop here. Seal Kid off to the side. Gets aided by the Tempest ultimate, but there goes the root onto both Meraxis and Tempest. Tempest in a lot of trouble. Meraxis now going to get dropped as we've got 4 heroes here for the Legion side. He's going to try to port away. Will he be able to do so? Yeah, no stuns. So Meraxis is going to be able to just get out of there. But look at they took the base there almost down to almost nothing. And once again, the question. What you doing, FA? Why is FA in base when 4 of them are pushing top? And that's not to say that FA was in the wrong position there. It's how come they're doing that uncoordinated. You know, like that needs Forsaken Archer needs to be there. That's the second fight that they've lost significantly, and in both the first one and the second one, Forsaken Archer was not there. And you have to look at it and go, how would that have been different with a Crippling Volley, with a Piercing Arrows, with some more auto attack damage, Split Fire, the minions? I mean, FA can put out quite a lot of damage. And has a fair bit of lockdown with that Crippling Volley. Portal Key picked up by Meraxis. Could be in a little bit of trouble here, as not going to take the bait. Fuzi over here could just throw an auto attack on him. But quite clearly figuring that, yeah, little too tanky there. Forsaken picking up that Firebrand. Probably looking for a Geometer's Bane here. Not a bad pickup. I think I might go for Shrunken Head first item here, just because between Hag and Keeper, like, that's so much, and not to mention the Master of Arms stuff, and I believe it would stop the Hellfire Stuns as well. Not the Wrath of the Pharaoh, but the Hellfire Stuns. So I understand the additional damage output, figuring Succubus, Tempest, Meraxis, Engineer, they'll lock everybody down, they'll keep everybody in place. I can just focus on doing damage. But I'd be really concerned about Hanskin's Keeper of the Forest route right now, just because it feels like that's going to catch some stuff. Seal Kid, meanwhile, getting caught out by a Ward of Sight here. Going to put the Arcane Shield up. Master Call going out there, trying to help save her a little bit. Scottiston's coming in, but easily going to drop there thanks to Crippling Volley. And we're going to see a response here from the Legion side as Keeper of the Forest route is available. Charge shot going out there as Meraxis drops the ultimate. Going to see if they can do something about it. Mummy Wall's going down. Not really very effective, as the rest of the Hellborn side is trying to retreat here. Wrath of Pharaoh on to Tempest. Obviously does have, no, does not have the Tempest ultimate to meet. Charge shot going down, and Tempest will fall. Parisian Shards going on to a couple. Pharaoh going to pay for that. Backblast on the 3 though, and the root on the 4. Now the Legion side has a massive opportunity to turn this to get both Andrew and Masera. And Meraxis here, we're going to take a whole bunch. Succubus locking down Keeper, or Hag here, but Meraxis is going to pay for that, and Succubus now on the run. Shard Shot going to be available in a couple of seconds. Let's see if they can actually pursue this. Fork Lightning not quite going to hit. There goes the Energizer. Now Charge Shot. Not enough mana, and Succubus should be just fine, but they're going to instead push this. Sleep there onto Keeper of the Forest, and Hanskin's like, man, that's a lot of damage. Shard Shot there does go out as he gets enough mana back. Not enough to pursue this, though. And they have to be careful because, push book forward. Succubus can do a lot of damage with that Heartache. Has a Blood Chalice available. And looking for the jump here onto Keeper. Eat him. Oh god, not enough. She took the Blood Chalice, did not have enough of the Heartache, and just died to the goo. That's painful. Glacial Blast going down there, but Scottistuns will back off Tempest here. And that ends up being a tower kill and a couple more hero kills as the NG ported into death. And Succubus basically killed herself through not doing the math.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn
And
tower.
God, base tower falls here. So, Hellborn side looking just a little bit uncoordinated here. As Master picks up his own shrunken head, so obviously very helpful for dealing with the, I believe the piercing arrows there are magical damage. Yeah. So that'll stop the entire FA ult, plus the succubus damage, not the hold. The hold is superior magic. Damage from the Tempest Void, as well as the Engineer Field. You can just walk right through it. We're going to be scouted out here by the Tormented Soul, and I have to imagine the Legion side will contest it. It is dropping sort of fast, and they're not particularly close, so we'll see if they actually choose to try to fight this, and the Hellborn will back off, of course, fearing retribution. Off to the side, Wretched Hag, you're going to get spotted out by the creep wave, and there's a word of sight in the lane for the Legion as well. Tempest's going to run right into KGE over here. He's just sitting on top of a ward as well. Going to take Glacial Blast. Kato stuns there are on Meraxis. He's going to put the Arcane Shield up. Not going to do anything though. Tempest getting pushed around. Lots of stuns going off everywhere. Has the ultimate. Will throw it onto both Keeper. Or sorry, nice ultimate there onto Keeper. And going to stop the root from coming out before Seal Kid and KGE can get their stuff off. Both of them will fall. Tempest not going to get hit by the root. Fuzi off to the side trying to get this Tempest, but it's not really valuable because he's already blown his ultimate. So Fuzi will pick off Archer Tiger in the meanwhile. Mummy Wall's under 2. See if Jones can survive this. He's going to be getting low. He will drop. FA going to fall though in the meantime. Merax is still plenty of health. Fuzi now going on to Succubus, and with good reason. Heartache goes out there, but Succubus is going to have some issues. Push herself up onto the cliff and TP's away. Well played there from Mikey Man on that Succubus. Just barely able to get out. So it ends up being a 3 for 3 in favor of Legion, I think, because FA died and Forsaken and Wretched Hag, excuse me, lived. So. Not bad play there from Hellborn. They're like, we got Tempest ult on the 2 valuable heroes. We killed them relatively quickly. We got the Succubus ultimate on the Hanskin, so he couldn't stop the Tempest ult. I like the play. I like the coordination, the abilities like that. It just doesn't seem like they have enough damage coming out in these team fights. Because really, with all the lockdown that they have, they didn't do that much. They killed Seal Kid, big deal. He's 0-10-1. He's got 720 health. He has no vestments. All he has is red boots. Like, this is not a difficult hero to kill. They killed KGE, who has a shrunken head, but I don't think he got it off in that fight. So with no shrunken head getting off, 1400 health, no vestments, steam boots. But I mean, he's just not a tanky guy. So they killed easily the two least tanky heroes in the Legion side. It took an entire full duration Tempest ultimate and a Succubus ult to prevent the Keeper from stopping the Tempest ultimate, and you're just kind of sitting there going, it shouldn't take you that much. It shouldn't take you all of your skills. Tempest ult, Succubus ult, Keeper, piercing arrows. And I think Merax has probably put his ult up, not to kill them, but just to do some stuff. It shouldn't take you 3 full ultimates to kill Seal Kid and Super KGE. Easily the weakest heroes here on this Legion side. Off to the side, Meraxis and Keeper can spot each other. Portal key away, but the Tormented Soul will spot it out. Conqueror now perhaps can be attempted by the Legion side, feeling like they can do this. Hellfire, of course, on Pharaoh, making it a lot easier. Keeper minions providing some extra damage as well. Tormented Soul providing some scouting. And Hellborn pretty clearly know this is going on. Adro dropping a word of sight right in there, and right on top of Seal Kid's word of red, in fact. So will be immediately countered. Off to the side. FA and NG will get caught out by the Mummy Wall, by the Wrath of the Pharaoh. Mummy Wall is going in there, easy to get a kill on Keeper or Engineer, and they should be able to take out the NG field as well. So Legion side will be backed off of this a little bit. Dust going out, will not spawn anybody in the Keeper pit. Tormented Soul is off to the side though. 4 for 5 right now. My wall is going up, just surprise and distraction. Obviously, Wrath of the Pharaoh still not available. Tempest off the side, getting push booked away. Charge shot into Succubus. She's in some trouble. Meraxis will land a Quake Stun into 3. Crippling Volley onto 2 more, but there's the root onto a couple, including Meraxis and Succubus. Succubus can put the hold there onto Fuzi, but will get killed in the meantime. Here's some arrows going down. Nice ultimate from Rhapsody, stopping all the damage here coming out from Hellborn. And Meraxis is going to fall. Tempest in the meantime will get picked off next. Puts the ultimate, not going to be nearly enough. Masera here on this Forsaken Archer will drop 2, not going to get any counter kills. And that is going to be the Genocide. Masera and Balthazar both buy back as the Legion side are pushing in this middle tower. He's going to jump back here on a KGE, who will take a keg stun and the turret and the crippling volley. Puts the shrunken head up and the defensive master's call. Should be okay here. Arcane shield going up from Meraxis. He's going to try to get away. Will do so. The Mummy Wall is not quite catching him. And we'll see if the Legion can grab any more kills or a tower kill here. Looks like they're not going to stop this push. And why would they? Glyph goes out, and that's going to be their cue to back off. So Hellborn using a couple of buybacks there. Not getting any counter kills. They will stop this push, but is that really enough for the amount of resources that they lost and the amount of resources that they used trying to prevent them from being able to do pretty much this? Wrath of Pharaoh mid on to 3. Great catch there by Jonas. Actually, might be his death. He puts the barbed armor up, and he's doing a ton of damage as he managed to go with the Fuzi Self, get the kill on Adro. As no doubt the turret there being a massive issue for Adro because of the barbed armor. Meraxis off to the side will get caught, so that's going to be another 2 kills. Kongor will be easily finished off here by Keeper of the Forest. Fuzi to pick up the token, and what are they going to do? 16k gold, 18.5k experience, and BMG is just looking way too powerful at this point. They're going to try to... Nope, you're not going to push in. KG, in fact, going to pull it away. And, I'm just not... I mean, I'm just, 27 minutes into this game. 16k gold, 18.5k experience. Wrath of the Pharaoh is going to be on a 20-second cooldown now that Josephine has the staff. Obviously, the barbed armor are very, very helpful as well. And he's got 2,000 experience or 2,000 health, and he's at the point now where he can probably kill Engineer if, only if Engineer drops all his stuff on him, because the barbed armor will do a lot of damage thanks to the energy field and the turret. That on top of just his natural auto attack damage, the Hellfire, Tormented Soul, stuff like that. And that would probably be enough to kill Engineer. I wonder if he could actually do it if NG just did nothing when he got caught and ran away. Be kind of funny. Hellborn side feeling like they had to push this in. No Tempest ultimate for 50 seconds though, so I don't think this is really the greatest idea. Fuzi obviously has the token as well. This seems like a last-ditch effort push to me. Word of Rev off the side. It is the Legions though. They're going to catch Engineer off the side. Will get pushed into Mummy Walls. Drops the ultimate onto 2. Succubus going to throw the sleep there. But Adro and Seal Kid both trading their lives. Both supports are down. Merax's ultimate going down off to the side. Josephine popping the barbed armor and the Hellfire. Succubus ultimate going down here on the Super KGE, but they kill Archer Tiger real fast. Piercing arrows are actually in pretty good placement. Hitting all 3 and doing plenty of damage, but not really doing plenty of damage. Off to the side. Looks like Meraxis will be okay. I'm going to put the sleep here onto Fuzi. Josephine trying to get the catch onto Succubus. And he will be able to port out not enough stuns, as actually meanwhile on the bad side, Balthazar will end up falling, as I just didn't want to watch him take forever to die, and he will. Lost few attacks, and that's going to be it. So Hellborn taking a really ill-advised team fight there, and Bat Blast being wasted because, hey, why the hell not? Legion side now going to push up the gut. Of course, they have the token. Seal Kid is back alive. Not that it matters all that much, really. Wrath of the Pharaoh off to the side will, in fact, catch Forsaken Archer. Puts the barbed armor up. Nothing they can do about this, and that's going to be easy kill on Masera. Succubus going to put the sleep onto Fuzi. They're going to try to get this, but we'll see. Masera buys back, and he will be able to tattle himself into the well. Crippling volley there misses. Fuzi going to try to finish off the Succubus. Won't quite be able to do so. Wrath of the Pharaoh, and no. So now they're well diving. I think they're pretty much there. This is all over. Fuzi also well diving. There's a token being used. See if they can lock her down. Nope. Second shrunken head goes off, and there's the blink away. Obviously mid racks fell, and bottom racks being worked on now should be pretty easy. Engineer off the side will be caught quite dead. Tempest has an ultimate, not being able to get it down though, as he dies before he is able to do anything. And this is a game, I think. Quake stun there on the Fuzi and Seal Kid, but what are you going to do there? Puts the ultimate down, not going to matter. Arcane Shield not even getting popped. Ultimate from Pharaoh, from Rhapsody, stopping all the damage from piercing shards. Not that it's actually hurting all that much anyway. And for some reason, it just doesn't seem to be doing too much damage. Hanskin's just eating damage from the well because he can. Quad kill there on Fuzi, and that's the game. So, well played initially there by Sweet Like Ice. They really did very well in the initial laning phase. And they had a pretty significant lead coming out of it and going into the early game, into the early mid-game, or whatever you want to call it. But just the team fight there, the coordination from BMG became too much of an issue. They took a bunch of team fights that went in their favor. No surprise, given how coordinated these guys are, how long they've been playing together, and how they know exactly what to do in a team fight. So this game, this Scrim, it is only one game series, I believe, and it does go to BMG as Sweet Like Ice falls. Not a huge surprise, I think, but they didn't play. Yeah, they played well, so. Not bad, as BMG wins it. And that's going to be it.